I understand the O'Banion case. I think it's in point for you. The Mandel case, you say in your brief that the court in Mandel simply assumed there was that right. I'm not sure that's a fair reading of Justice Blackmun's opinion. He says recognition that First Amendment rights are implicated.
We're not saying they didn't have standing to make a First Amendment claim. They did, and we didn't argue or aren't arguing here that she doesn't have a right to go to court to make her constitutional claim. We're just saying it fails on the merits.
You say that she has the right to contest the denial of the visa.
No, we don't. All I'm saying is she's entitled to come into court to make the argument that she's making here. We think her argument loses, and therefore she has no right to challenge, to have the court review denial of the visa abroad.
Well, you always have the right to come into court to say that you think you have a right to contest, and the court says you don't. I don't think that's the way you can read Mandel.
The government was arguing there's no real First Amendment problem just on First Amendment terms because you could always hear the same information by reading a book or something like that. And the court said the First Amendment interest, looking at First Amendment interest, doesn't disappear in that situation.
At T-Mobile, we're changing everything you know about family plans. Introducing a revolutionary way to stay in touch with your other family member for just $5 a month. And switch to T-Mobile, where your pet can get their paws on the devices they've been begging for. Pets Unleashed lets you communicate with your entire family like never before. They stream their favorite animal-related content without using up your high-speed data. And with revolutionary apps like Fetch Freedom, FitPet, and Pet Tinder. Put your carrier in the doghouse and switch to the network that's best for every member of your family. Only from T-Mobile.
Suppose I read the Mandel case to say that the professors have a right to contest the denial of the visa. Suppose I read it that way. And then the court at the end of the day says the visa was properly denied. They lose on the merit. But they have the right to contest. They have a right for a reason. How is that different from this case? If I read it that way, then it seems to me the wife here has the right to demand a reason.
First of all, Mandel involved a decision on a waiver, not a decision by a consular officer abroad to deny a visa, which is really right at the teeth of the consular non-reviewability.
I don't see why that doesn't cut the other way, Mr. Kneedler. You make this argument several times in your briefs, but the congressional determination of who's entitled and who's not to a visa would be all the more important.
I don't disagree. We don't think there should be review in either case. I think part of what might have been motivating the court in Mandel was that the discretionary denial of the waiver might have been based on the characteristics of the U.S. citizens seeking it. There can't be any claim like that here. The terrorism grounds go entirely to the characteristics of the alien abroad. But beyond that, what you're describing is the very thing that the doctrine of consular non-reviewability is designed to prohibit judicial review of.
So is it no matter what? The woman is married, an American woman is married to a foreign person, asked for a visa. She has undeniable proof, any proof you want. But the reason it was denied is because the consular official believes that husbands and wives should live separately, or for racial reasons, or for First Amendment reasons. Undeniable proof. Is your position that it doesn't matter if they decide that the consulate that husbands and wives cannot live together? There is no review. Is that your position?
Our position is that there is no judicial review.
Are you saying, I don't want a clear answer to my question, because what I'm trying to do, obviously, is make the most far-out case I can think of. And I want to know if the government of the United States thinks that if it is the policy even of the consulars of the United States that husbands and wives must live separately, there is no judicial review, no matter what.
Well,
is that the position or is it not?
That would be our position.
All right.